Hi everyone and welcome to the 5-Minute Language YouTube channel. My name is Agnieszka and I'm going to talk to you about how to pronounce Polish names. Before I do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. So, the reason I want to talk to you about Polish names is because my name, Agnieszka, is a Polish name and people often find it difficult to pronounce. The reason for that is because I live in London and most people I interact with don't actually speak Polish. But pronouncing Polish names is actually not that difficult. If you know some of the principles that guide the Polish language and Polish pronunciation, you will be able to pronounce any Polish word perfectly. So let's get started. So we're going to start with my name, Agnieszka. And the reason people often struggle to pronounce it is because it contains a couple of different combinations of letters that are quite unfamiliar to English speakers. The first one is the SZ letter combination, which in Polish is actually pronounced like the English sound for SH. So think about the sound in the word shoe or shop. So the SZ in Polish is sh. So my name is not Agnieszka, but it's Agnieszka. The second letter combination in my name is the NIE, which is actually not pronounced ni, but it's actually pronounced nie. Nie. So the way to visualize this is imagine the word España, which is a word that a lot of people know, even if they don't speak Spanish, España. So we've got that ni sound there. And the sound in my name is exactly the same. It's nie. It just has the e at the end. So, Agnieszka. Okay, so I think we've done that now. One thing to remember when thinking about Polish names is that most or the majority of Polish names are stressed on the penultimate syllable, so the second last syllable of the name. So, for example, the word Agata is stressed on the second syllable from the end. But a lot of English speakers actually say Agata. They stress the first syllable because it's the most natural thing for them to do. So if you want to pronounce it correctly, make sure you stress the second syllable from the end. Now, the next name we're going to look at is Krzysztof. Krzysztof is quite a complicated name in Polish because it contains a lot of letter combinations again. So the first one is the RZ, which is normally pronounced ż, but because it goes after the K, it's pronounced sh. So it's kind of like the sound in the name Agnieszka. It's confusing, I know, but just remember when there's KRZ, it's pronounced ksh. So you've got the k sound and then sh afterwards. Krzysztof. And then the second letter combination in Krzysztof is the SZ, which is what you've already seen in my name. So you know how to say it now. It's Krzysztof. The next name, which is quite common, is the name Patrycja. Patrycja is a name which sounds a bit like Patricia in English. The only difference is the CJA letter combination. So the sound is very different in Polish. The C is pronounced C. So imagine, for example, the word tzatziki. That's the sound. You know how to say tzatziki, right? So the C is C. And then the J is pronounced like the English letter Y. So for example, in the word yellow, the first sound is Y, and that's the sound in the name Patrycja. So then you've got C, C, J, Y, and A at the end, Patrycja. The next thing about the name Patrycja that is quite tricky is the Y in the middle. It's actually pronounced I, which is a bit like the sound in the word bin in English. It's not a I, it's I. So it's kind of deeper. So now you know how to say it. The next one I'm going to talk to you about is the name Paweł, which is also a very common Polish name. So the word Pavel is quite tricky because it's got that weird L at the end with the stroke. And often when you're in an English-speaking country, when you type your name, you're not able to type the L with the stroke because it doesn't exist on the keyboard. So you end up writing it as an L, and that's why a lot of people pronounce it Pavel in English-speaking countries. In fact, the L with a stroke is pronounced W, which is the same sound as the sound in the English word word or wood or world, the first sound, W. It's not Pavel, it's Pavel. The next name I'm going to talk to you about is another men's name, which is Michał. And Michał is a difficult name to pronounce for English speakers, not just because of the L at the end with the stroke, which we've just covered when we were talking about Pavel, but it's because of the CH in the middle, which often English speakers pronounce as K. So they might say Michał. It's not pronounced like that at all. Imagine that the C is not there at all. So whenever you've got a C and an H together, it's always pronounced as if the C wasn't there. So it's just H, like in the word house. So this name is pronounced Michał. So this is it. This is my brief introduction to Polish names. Let me know if there are any other names that you don't know how to pronounce, and I'll try to answer your questions in the comments below. Otherwise, give this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos about learning languages by yourself. And I'll see you next time. Bye!